let's set up DHCP snooping in our environment. Right now, the DHCP server is handing out IP addresses to those clients in VLAN 10. But we want to make sure that we protect the distribution of those IP addresses. We don't want any rogue DHCP servers to come into our environment at any point in time. So let's start off with just ASW1 here. We're going to configure terminal. And we are going to type in IP DHCP snooping. That enables it globally. So now that it's on, let's specify which VLAN we are configuring DHCP snooping for. And at this point in time, we're just going to do it for VLAN 10. So we'll type in VLAN and then specify the number of 10. Now, I personally know that my DHCP server does not support information option 82. And it's on by default. So I must turn off this feature because if I don't, ASW1 adds in the port information to that DHCP discover message. And then when the DHCP server gets it, it looks at it and goes, wow, I don't know what to do with all of this. I don't have specific mappings for that information. And then therefore, my DHCP discover messages from the clients go unanswered and they don't get their IP address. So to disable that, we're going to type in no DHCP snooping. All right. No IP. That's why it's not working. No IP DHCP snooping information option. All right. So we'll hit enter there and we've disabled that. So what's next on our list? Well, let's take a look at the output of show IP DHCP snooping. The output of show IP DHCP snooping shows us that DHCP snooping is enabled globally. DHCP snooping is configured on the following VLANs, VLAN 10. Information option 82 is disabled. And we have no trusted interfaces at all. No trusted interfaces at all. Which of the interfaces on ASW1 need to become trusted? Is it fast Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2 or gigabit 0/1 and 0/2? It's those interfaces that point up to the DHCP server. So let's do it. Interface range, gigabit Ethernet 0/1-2. And we type in IP DHCP snooping trust. Let's look at the output of that command again now. Show IP DHCP snooping. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. It now says gigabit Ethernet 0/1 is trusted. So, every other interface that does not appear in this output is untrusted. Remember that. It's completely untrusted. So if I asked you right now, is fast Ethernet 0/2 trusted or untrusted? And I'm showing you just this output. Your response would be untrusted. Even though it's not listed there, it is untrusted. Don't forget that we can rate limit DHCP discover messages as well. So configure terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0/1. Let's put up a rate limit, IP DHCP snooping. Let's put a limit. The rate is going to be 100 packets per second. If we examine the output of show IP DHCP snooping again, we will see that any untrusted interfaces that have a rate limit specified will appear here as well. They will appear here as well. So, trusted interfaces appear here, and untrusted interfaces that have had their default configs modified, for example, they now have a rate limit applied, will appear in this output as well. But I want to check to see if we have any bindings, because here's what happens. A binding table is created. We can check that binding table by typing show IP DHCP snooping binding. And I don't have any bindings yet. Oh, I know, we should renew our address. Let's go ahead and do that. And we should get a binding from that. Let's do a renew. All right, there we go. Let's see if we have any bindings now. Wonderful. So it's specifically stating here that the MAC address that ends in 06D6 has been given the following IP address from the DHCP server. There's the least duration. We have DHCP snooping running. That's how this particular entry was learned. The interface the client is reached out of is VLAN 10, or pardon me, the VLAN the client's interface is part of is VLAN 10, and the interface to reach that client is Fast Ethernet 0/1. So we have this binding table now that we can keep track of. And this information is stored within a database.